from 12 to 15 on Pan-African Radio, 96.1 FM, the voice of Africa.
Alright, so it's a good afternoon, and of course, if you have just tuned in, you are listening to Peter on Pan-African Radio on 6.1 FM. I go by the name of Professor Lance, ladies and gentlemen, the man with the golden voice, aka the people's DJ, aka the official noise maker. And of course, in the building, or should I say in the studios, I have guests, and this is a special guest owing to the fact that these are people that, apart from, most Zambians trying to do new style of music or trying to comprehend or get to do the new school music, these people have decided to still continue with traditional music, to still continue with the Kalindula way, the way Zambian has been introduced in terms of music to the world out there. So of course, these are people that are gonna introduce themselves, and then we get to talk about reasons why they decided to, well, for lack of better terms, say, to stay in the past or in the back or are back, all right, because the instruments that they play are not really too appreciated by so many people, because they have decided to use computers, they've decided to use electronics and everything, but for them, they want to do everything according to how Zambian music has been known. So good afternoon, gentlemen, welcome to Pan-African Radio.
Good afternoon, thank you.
Okay, let's get the ball rolling. People would love to know whom I'm talking to, and of course, reasons why these people are in the studios.
Give thanks. Okay, we are a cultural musical group, and we go by the name Ndungu 5A.
Ndungu 5A.
Yes.
Okay, so muri bangati muri group?
At the moment, we are just the two of us.
You just the two of you?
Yes.
Okay, so Ndungu cultural music. Yes, somebody kumbira che cultural, they will think, okay, nkanya kuliza madrums, nkanya culture, shanshan. But perhaps let's get to share more about this cultural group. When did you people start? How did you identify one another? And why did you decide to be a cultural group?
Thank you for giving us this audience. As my colleague had mentioned earlier, we are called Ndungu 5A, and if you look at the word Ndungu, it means chief.
Okay.
And 5A is because of the name or tag that we have picked up to represent our works. We do a variety of works, not just music. We are into movie making, outfit making, and all that encompasses African tradition and culture.
Okay.
And basically, the 5A stands for Authentic Ancient Agreement of African Arts Limited. And I'm called by the name Sukundungu. Ndungu.
Okay.
And my colleague there is
Amarik Soli Ndungu.
We started this thing way back now. We are almost maybe doing close to 20 years just on the ground, doing all what is required. But we have performed, and our main purpose is just to have these skills and knowledge be transmitted to the next generation. So we are actually calling all those who have passion in preserving their culture, heritage, to come and join us.
Okay.
Then we teach them what we have learned through all these activities that we have performed. We've done lessons at international schools. We've performed in a lot of venues, but we haven't really had that heart to just go in and start recording and doing the rest. So we are just on the background doing our paperwork and putting things in place.
Okay, awesome. So let's get to talk about you being in existence for 20 years now. Close to 20 years now. And let's talk about the experience. Yes, quite all right. You've mentioned that you have performed not only on national but also on international levels. Let's talk about the experience that you have garnered so far, and also obviously you go through some difficulties because wow, people looking at this modern day age, people are not really traditional or cultural. All they want is, you know, electric music, everything to do with digital and anything to do with that. So what are the challenges and the experience that you have gained?
First of most, I would say the nature of just the music industry itself. It has a lot of hurdles that we go through as artists. More to do just financial support. And now looking at our work that we're doing to preserve African culture and tradition, more often just by promoting Zambia's identity and its diversity. We have, as you have said, seen the dwindling numbers of people who have decided to go the Western type of culture than appreciating our culture. I think those are the main two things that we have seen. But on the work that we are doing and what we intend to do, I think we are getting there.
Okay. Okay, so I also want to talk about have you ever gone through discrimination of some sort because you are doing cultural music or you are doing traditional music? Have you gone through anything like that?
Thank you. Not necessarily, but we know that a lot of people do appreciate culture and tradition. And sometimes it's not having the knowledge of where you are coming from. So when they find people who are into this kind of arrangement, they get to have encouragement and confidence in their own things.
Okay.
So from there, we've also understood that I think that's where we can also try and
chip in and
okay. Okay. Owing to the fact, I would still border on this, owing to the fact that digital music has taken over everything, how marketable is traditional music? Since you've been doing it, how marketable is it? How reliable is it?
we can say it's quite difficult if we look at it in the perspective of the local people.
Okay.
But when we look at the international market, I think there's overwhelming response there.
Okay.
And for the sake of just maybe building our works, would more focus on having international shows where they would really appreciate. You have seen just the way the white people would flock in just to have fun, maybe by the Vic Falls, and we're even seeing them at traditional and cultural ceremonies.
Yes.
Okay.
I also heard you talking about sponsorship. You are also looking out for sponsorship. How does the corporate world respond to your call?
It's quite a nice question. Not that I would make the corporate world not to be in a position of contributing the corporate responsibility, but we have tried a lot of venues and the response has really been less than 50%.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, so let's talk about the young people that are coming up and really looking at the rate that we are moving. Traditional or cultural practices are slowly being overlooked by the young people because they wanna embrace the new lifestyle or the new thing. As looking at what you do, how do you help in making sure that culture and tradition is at least preserved in these young people?
Respect. Okay.
Before he comes in, maybe I didn't fully answer the previous question. I'd say we are welcoming all the corporate world to come in and see how best they can assist us, because we are looking at really having a center of just skills training.
Yeah.
So we'll be looking at machinery, we'll be looking at a lot of stuff that would try and just teach the present generation so that we can transmit
the message.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you can also come in.
Yes, I just wanted to add on. Yes, on the young generation, they have a bit of a problem when it comes to culture, because maybe we've lost it somewhere along the way. So we are trying to bring that art, that cultural aspect and value that we have lost through our traditional and cultural values, through music itself, using the traditional instruments. Yes.
Okay, speaking about traditional instruments, let's get back to that. So as a group, what exactly do you guys play? Is it the drums? Is it I don't know, it's a flute, xylophone, these equipments? What exactly do you perform with?
Okay, we play a number of traditional instruments like the xylophone, the malimba itself. Then we also play the thumb piano, which is called the kalimba, or mbira. In Zimbabwe they call it mbira. Okay. Yes, and then we also play a number of other musical instruments as well, the talking drum. Yes, and a lot more of other.
We can actually play any African instrument.
Okay.
And we are in the position to teach others as well.
All right. Okay. Maybe perhaps I can give you a chance to get to play to the people that are listening out there. Then after that one, we make a great call to the people that are listening. Perhaps we can do that.
Respect.
Okay. So the floor is all yours.
We are going to play a song, which is goes by the title "Mary Makes Up Her Mind."
Okay.
Actually, this is a poet. So what we are doing now, we are trying to build up on, because we've seen the potential that poetry has to move people into the cultural dimension. So we are getting various kinds of poets from different kinds of people and then producing them into music.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is one of the pieces that we're going to do.
Okay.
Mary makes up her mind, Mary makes up her mind, Mary makes up her mind, Mary makes up her mind. They say that Mary Moyo had suffered, and yet she would have stayed. Of course, a woman who lives in luxury can sometimes suffer without ever knowing it. Then one day she upped and left him, packed a tiny bundle in a piece of each dengue. Mary makes up her mind, 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 Mary makes up her mind. Left the Mercedes Benz, left the mansion, through the front door, nowhere to go, no letter, no words. Mary makes up her mind, 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 Mary makes up her mind.
Let the tiny bundle speak to make her suffering understood. I'm tired of carrying your world. Let me carry what makes me happy. I'm tired of carrying your world. Let me carry what makes me happy. Mary makes up her mind. Mary makes up her mind. Mary makes up her mind. Mary makes up. Mary makes up her mind. Mary makes up her mind. Mary makes up her mind. Mary makes up her mind.
Wow. Trust me, I would have loved you to go on and on and on. You know, I was almost singing along. Mary makes up her mind. Mary makes up her mind. But ngatuawika kwa auto-tune, I sound better.
This actually is just talking of a woman who's left the world and wrapping things in like a tiny bundle. She leaves the mansion, everything, the house, and that's all. We're just trying to portray what's happening with the current Zambian scene.
Well, okay, gentlemen, I would have loved us to go on and on and on, but we have to end it here. Otherwise, thank you so much for coming through. We really appreciate, and we'll keep this call to the corporate world out there to make sure that they come and support the group. But how can people get hold of you if they want to give you business?
We have our contacts. We can leave our contacts with African Radio still. They can get in touch through African Radio.
Okay.
Yes.
Or perhaps if you are comfortable, you can give them out right now.
We'll give thanks still.
Yeah.
All right. My line is 0968. That's 0977 11 74 00.
Okay. You can give it again.
That's 0977 11 74 and 00.
Okay. We can also get your number.
That was Malik Sodi Ndungu's number.
Yes.
Suku's Ndungu number is 0979 52 96 17. 0979 52 96 17. Where we are found in Avondale.
Okay.
That's where we have our HQ.
Okay. All right. So, gentlemen, thank you so much. Looking forward to having you again on the show.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right. So that's all about it. Let's get on a very short break, and then